Let's get started. I want to talk and ask a question. Who wants to go to sleep at night feeling like they did enough? Feeling like they did enough work in their business? Who wants to go to sleep at night feeling like they worked their business and they could actually say, I did it, right? Who wants to actually have a game plan in the morning and feel like I know what to do with my business. I know what step to take next and actually know what to do when they get up, right? You want that. Great. So then this is going to help you. And I feel like you're going to have like an aha moment. So Jen set us up perfectly by giving us some of those clues and the tracker activity and talking about connecting and meeting people and things like that. And I just want to echo exactly what she said, that if you are in your business, your number one job as a brand new coach is to get excited. Get excited that you're going to be creating a positive change both in your life and those around you, but that you now have a way to help others do the same. I mean, just look at some of the posts Jamie's been able to share lately. It is because of coaching and putting that time in that she's no longer having to work as a counselor in the school, work as a waitress, and work as a yoga instructor. She's actually able to spend time trying to help with the relief and working on rescue coordinations, and she's able to free up her schedule and do more. Maybe retiring from your full-time job and going in a whole new branch is not what you're looking for, but look at the moms on this team that have actually used the coaching business to pay for their kids to have a sporting event. You know, would it feel better? Like I just started reading The Slight Edge, and one of the first stories in the open that he talks about is the shoe shine woman that is shining his shoes and talking about how she wants to give her daughter everything. Her daughter's a great cheerleader. The team just made some kind of nationals, and she just doesn't know where she's going to get the money to send them to Texas and to help them, help her daughter actually be participating in that. This is a vehicle that could have helped that shoe saleswoman. It could have helped her get that extra money to get the uniform and get her daughter over to Texas for the competition. This is a vehicle that I've evicted over 100 pounds and kept it off for over 3 years. This is a vehicle that has had many of us come off medications and have healthier relationships with ourselves and our family. So get excited that there's all this potential to help others. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, when I first got started, I kind of expected that everybody would just get what my excitement was about and come to me. And I felt like I would be able to just, post and people would join me and come to me. And at some point, once you have that curiosity marketing going, once you have excitement and results and you're sharing consistently, yes, some people are going to come to you. But when Jen was showing you that if you don't have a list, you don't have a business. If you don't have a written list, you have it up in your head. You're carrying the potential and the idea of a business in your head. But just like I love that invitation story that you made about the party at someone's house, because just like that blanket invite, if you are going to do business with someone, you would expect that they invite you to their store, right? You would expect that they invite you to their wedding. You would expect something like that. And it seems so more genuine to actually build a relationship and then invite someone from a place of knowledge. And so that is what we're going to help you with understanding this system. So once we get going and you start throwing out your marketing plan, you're following your activity tracker. I love it. Number one, it's a Thursday and it starts on a Thursday. So if you haven't been doing this, it is a perfect time. Today is your Monday. It is a perfect time to start a fresh new sheet because it starts right on Thursday. You can just check off what you did. And the activity tracker not only gives you things and little tips of what to post and talk about, but as you're making connections with new people and taking them through this funnel system that I'm going to explain to you, you're actually going to have them see the posts and things that you're doing. So these marks are going to help you. So if you are not using the Activity Success Club tracker, the BAT tracker, I highly recommend it. And it's a Thursday. It starts on a Thursday. So just grab it out and get it done. Start it today. Jen, do you mind sharing the screen for me? Okay, perfect. So we are going to start with step 1. And step one, all you need is a tracking system. Me, I'm a pen and paper person. So here's my tracking. Here's the names of people I've been talking to. I just write it down. You can use the activity tracker, has a second page that has lines on it. You can use that. You can use Excel. You can use Streak. You can use any format. Like, don't get too hung up on where to track it, where to write it down. Just know that you can start today with absolutely nothing on your list, absolutely nothing written down. Start today, and this system is going to help you know exactly what to do. It's going to give you a minimum base marker to let you know, hey, I did enough today. I did what my minimum was. I worked my business. And it's going to help you that if you start today and you follow this system today, right now with us, you will talk to at least 60 new people and invite them before the end of the month. So if you are still, you still have plenty of time to actually hit your goal, maybe you will talk to 60 people in one night. I don't know what your schedule is. For me, I'm not able right now to invite 60 people in one night. I have to do it in smaller chunks. So step one, all you're going to do is you're going to pick your tracking system, whether it's a notebook, a piece of paper, your note section on your phone, your Google, your Excel, whatever. You're going to get the tracker system, and you are going to go and write down the names of 5 people, and you're going to go to their Facebook page and like and comment on their stuff, and then you add them to the list. That's all you do for day one. You go and you like and comment on 5 people's things on their page or on Instagram or on Facebook, and you write their names down. Now, I usually put a little date, or I have a little code system. I'll put an A for the day I added them. These 5 people that you're going to be liking and commenting and checking out what they're talking about and what they're doing and what they're posting about, I would say do 50-50. If you have just started the business, you have however many friends are on your friends list that you haven't invited yet. So go find 2 new friends to invite and invite them to be your friend, and then go on your friends list and start at A and work down, or go on that 200 names list that you wrote down and pick the first 5 people and go on their stuff. So you want to do a mix. These 5 people can be just a total mix. If you're stuck, I know Jen shares some great ideas on how to make new friends. Something that I did when I first started adding people was I hadn't seen anybody from high school or from school growing up for 20 years. So I went to my best friend's Facebook page and I went through her friends list, and I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen this person in forever. And I just started adding people that I knew and I hadn't talked to in forever. So those are great ways. Always look at who you're tagged with. If someone tags you in a post, that is awesome. Go, not a coach. I'm talking about a family member or a friend of yours, not one of our fellow coaches, but a family member or a friend who tags you in a post. Go look at who's liking and commenting it. You already have a mutual relationship and they like something that you did with this other person. So add them, send them a friend request. That's just 2 super quick, easy ways in addition to the ways that Jen gave you earlier. So number 1, you are going to do that, right? Day 1. Now, between each of the steps for each person is 2 days. So day 2, you don't do anything with those first 5 people you wrote down. Day 2, you are going to be adding 5 new names to your list. And again, these are either new people from friend requests that you got. Maybe they're people. For me, one easy way to exceed my goal is I go sing happy birthday to everybody on their birthday. So when I see Facebook has those birthday lists, that's the easiest way to quick get my 5 done. And 5 is just an easy, doable number, in my opinion, to make progress. At the end of the month, you will have engaged and talked to 120 different new people, and it's doable. Are there some days that I do way more than 5? Absolutely. But just as sake for number and explaining what we're doing, the next day you just do 5. Now, This is where we start to have fun. Step 3. 3 is my favorite number if you don't know. And this is when it really gets to have fun. See, guys, here's the thing. When we talk about having a list and we talk about adding people to the list that we're going to talk to, all these names here, somebody on this list needs this company. Somebody on this list needs our team. Somebody on this list needs our programs. If not for them, someone they know. And I know that for a fact because 4 years ago next week, I needed it. I needed it. I know I'm not alone because I'm on this call with other people who said yes. So are all 120 that I talk to and engage with this next 30 days going to join me? Maybe. Statistically, probably not. A lot of them are not ready yet, but I get to have some fun conversations. I get to talk to people and hear, and I get to be genuine and be myself. And here's a quick question, see if you're listening. Is anybody here in a relationship with a significant other? Is anybody here have at least one friend who they're not related to? Yes. So you know how to do this. You did this. You did it at least once, and I bet you've done it a lot more. So give yourself some grace. Number 3 is the fun, exciting part because you're going to actually get to know them. And we don't know who people are. You don't know until you get to talk to someone. Some of them are silly. Some of them are very matter of fact. Some of them are like me, a little dorky and fun. So I like to think I'm dorky and fun anyway. But, you don't know until you actually start to have that private conversation. So step number 3, this is your 3rd day. You're going to go back to those first 5 people and pop on their page, see what's going on, and then you go and you send them a private message and be interested in their life. Ask them an open-ended question. Hey, I saw you were running in the woods, do you go hiking or running often? Oh my gosh, I see you have a son. I have a 9-year-old. What age is your son? Are you homeschooling? How are you holding up with everything? I saw that you were at Blimpies. I've never been there. What's it like? Just ask them a question and start a conversation. And here's the thing. In this, it is both like a mutual interview. You will find out some people you click with and all of a sudden you take them right through the funnel and they're joining you and you didn't even know what happened, right? Sometimes it's a one-word answer or a thumbs up and you're just not meshing. And guess what? They're either not ready or they're not your type of person, and that's okay. You get to move on and ask more questions. So step 3, you're sending a private message back to those first 5 people. When I do this, I put a little 2 next to their name to show that I went back and I did that next step. And so I just do a 2 in a circle. And you can see when someone joins me, because I usually add a little smiley face or a heart, they joined me. And then this person joined me before I even got to step 2. We just connected. They saw my post. It just all happened. And I find the more you consistently are reaching out and having conversations, that will also happen more. People are going to see your post more. You're talking and sharing. You're feeling confident because you're working your business, and all of a sudden people are going to come out of the woodwork in some senses. So I want to remind you on day 3, you are also still repeating step 1. So every day you're adding 5 new people. So every day your list is growing by 5, and then you're at least going back, starting on day 3, going back. Okay. Any questions in the chat? Everybody holding up, hanging along? Okay, perfect. I don't see anything. Okay, so step number 4, you're going to do this again 1 or 2 days later. You're going to go back to those people that you put a number 2 by, or put a number 3, however you like to track, a little circle or a star, and keep the conversation going. Ask them another question. Maybe go visit and see what's going on their page. And again, this is now about the time that people are going to start to see, 1, they're seeing your stories because you've private messaged them and you've visited their page. They've seen your posts. They get kind of a sense of who you are. and you're giving them some positive interaction. You're not trying to just jump at them and like throw them 100-page list of why they should join you immediately. You're actually looking to have a conversation and get to know them, and being interested and building that relationship. So again, this is sometimes where you'll see people will start to ask you what's going on, but we're not there yet. We're almost there. Step 4 is just to keep the conversation going. Be interested in them, ask questions, and go from there. Maybe they will now have started liking and commenting on your post. So way to circle back is, oh, I saw you liked my food pic from today. Do you always look for new recipes? Or, oh, I saw that you commented on my Friday meme. Are you also like all about partying on Fridays? Like ask them a question about something they engaged about on your Facebook, because they're also then going to go back on your page and look and kind of re-look and re-scroll and get to see some of the other great content that you're putting out, because you're posting, you're sharing, and you're talking about everything. And sometimes that right there will open the conversation. But if it doesn't, number 5, so we could slide to the next slide. Number 5 is the golden one. Number 5, wait, what's the golden rings? Oh, I'm not going to sing it. 5 golden rings. There it is. Number 5 is it. You're going for the invite. They've got to know you a little bit. You've got to know them. You have a relationship going back and forth where you can genuinely say, hey, Jen, it's been great. It seems like you're really easy to talk to. I don't know if you've seen my post, but I'm putting together a free run group for next week. Do you want to jump in and check it out? Is that something you'd be interested in? You could go for that. You don't have to also invite right away to a challenge group. You could invite to watch a webinar. Hey, I know we were talking about the kids being home and having to try to work at home at the same time. I know for me, I've been getting some support from my business, and, would you be interested in checking out a video? Does that sound anything you would be interested in? We have tons of invite scripts for you. Jamie just did an awesome bump up in the team page with invites and way to ask. So that's in your units in the team page. Tons of ways that you can invite, but you're inviting them either to something you've already talked about, something you've seen them post about, something you've seen, and you're inviting them to your house for dinner. But in this case, your dinner is this program solution. Is that something you're interested in? I'm getting together 10 women. We're all looking to lose 10 pounds the next month. Are you interested in something like that? And you're just going to ask. Now, number 6 is really, really important. I find a lot of times at number 5, you may not get an answer. Life happens, we get busy. Maybe they already have been watching you and they're just not ready to say yes. Number 6 is following up. The reason the follow-up is so important is because I know something that I hear a lot, and something that I was scared about personally is, I don't want to be salesy. If you don't want to be salesy, all you have to do is really be genuine and care. And if you really care about helping them, you'll follow up. If you don't follow up, that was salesy, because you're saying to them, I only wanted the sale, you didn't answer me, we're done. And you've already got to know these people. You've liked and commented on their stuff. By the time we get to step 6, remember, 2 days are passing between each step. You're now for 2 weeks chatting. I don't know about you, but I can make fast friends. Like by day 4, I'm like, can I marry you? Is it too soon to say I love you? And we're having so much fun. So you want to follow up. The way one of the training videos I saw, she puts it, is if you don't follow up and check in on them or see if they have questions or go back and like and comment and like engage with them again, it's kind of like a one-night stand. And I know for a fact, this team, our hearts are way bigger than that. And if anybody else here is kind of like I was and what I have struggled with a lot in the past, it's being stuck in your own head about, well, they may think this if I ask them this, or they may think I just want the money if I follow up again. And it's like, no, you built a real relationship. You were being a real person and talking to them and sharing and asking questions. You know what this company and these products have done for you. And if you're too new to have a story yet, just look at our team page. Look at our results. Talk to your coach who got you excited to say yes about potential. This works, and this is going to help them. It is not you taking from them. It is you both, yes, you both benefit. You get to be a part of their journey. You do get paid. They get to get healthier. They get to make money. They get to succeed and feel confidence. And at the end of the day, nothing feels better than making progress and having achieved something. And that's what these programs in this business offer: growth and learning and connection and community and success. Like, feel flippin' good about that. Feel good about it. And so when you're following up, you're doing the right thing and you're not being salesy. Anybody else say no? I think I said no almost 8 times. Anybody else? So what if Jamie just took my first no and never talked to me? Would Michelle or Jennifer be here right now? I don't know. Maybe they'd be with another team, right? I don't know. We don't know. Thankfully, we don't have to find out because I love it here. You're not getting rid of me. Okay, and then step 7, again, is following up again, checking in on them. What I do is I make a 30-day list where if someone tells me either they don't answer or they tell me no, not right now, I say, is it just that you have a system in place already, or may I check in next month? If they give me permission to check in next month, I write their name at the very end of my calendar and I check in with them at the very beginning of the next month. If it's someone who I've been checking in, hey, I wanted to swoop back. I'm sure you have questions and life got busy. I see that you were on vacation at the beach. Did you have any questions for me? Did you want to revisit our conversation? Like, a whole bunch of different ways to follow up. As you're following up with that, if it's someone that, like, I have followed up now 7 or 8 times and they have never responded, I put that back further in the book at more of like a 90-day mark, where I'm going to not like write them off. They're just, honestly, they're just not ready. They're going to see me. They're going to see that I reached out and I cared. They're going to see my posts, and maybe not now, but I can follow up with them again in about 3 months. And there's nothing to say you can't follow up every month. You can, but if you follow this system and you're adding 5 people every day, you are going to be having so many conversations. You're going to feel confident. You're going to feel like you're making progress. You're going to have people join your team. And I want to just stress really heavily, if you follow this system and you're having relationships and asking questions and inviting people to join you and no one is joining you, I'm sure it's just a little tweak. Screenshot your questions, your messages, and put it in a Success Club thread. Screenshot your message and share it with your coach and say, can you help me here? Because if you're talking and actually inviting to join you 60 people over the next 2.5 weeks, people will join you. So if you're not seeing that, that's when we lean back in to the team and ask and learn. Because I don't know about you, but I wasn't born a coach. I wasn't, my day job is not coaching. I spent 20 years yo-yo dieting. I spent all that time, like, I didn't know how to talk to people other than how to talk to my friends. So learning and asking and making sure you have the information and things like that, just share with us. And I am excited just to see how far you go. So we have just about 10 minutes left, and I only want to take like 2 more minutes. I'm going to have you do something quick. The next screen slideshow is talking about messages, because just like without a list of people to actually talk to, your business isn't a solid business. It's just a wish or a dream stuck in your head. How busy your inbox is something that will also tell you, are you engaging? Are you asking questions? It's going to tell you the health of your business. And then jumping down is, you're going to talk to people like you're sitting right next to them. The people on the other side of Messenger are going through what you're going through in this world. They're seeing, probably because they're not plugged in to our community yet, they're seeing a lot of negative stuff on social media. I don't know about you, but my social media, that was one of the first things to dramatically change, was the positivity and the inspiration after actually leaning into the team, going to the team page, going to my private boot camp every day. That was the first switch for me. So you're being a ray of light in what is probably a whole bunch of hard, dark stuff right now. So just talk to them like they're people and listen, and actually listen. When they say something, tell me about that. Tell me about that. Tell me about that. When they say something's hard, tell me about that. Just listening. So as a quick recap, and then I'm going to have you start your funnel, because action cures everything, right? So as a recap, every single day, starting day 1, you're at least commenting on 5 people a day. That by next team call, you will have initiated 30 to 35 new engagements with people. How awesome is that? Step 2 is do that the next day. That's day 2. Step 3, I'm like holding up my names, like if you need that. Step 3 is getting personal. Send them a private message. Take it off the public page and go into the private message and ask them a question and generate. And that's a lot of times after you start liking and commenting on things, those first 4 days, they're going to start to see more of your posts. They may have already liked and commented on something of yours. That's a perfect conversation starter. I just started a conversation tonight because I was talking about cabbage steaks on my Facebook. So had the conversation on public, and then I took it to her message and I started asking about what she's doing. So use that, number 3, to get behind the scenes. Number 4 is going back and keeping that conversation going, getting to know more about them, getting to have more relationship built. And everybody here has at least one friend or significant other, so everybody here knows how to do that. So you can take the pressure off yourself. And then number 5, the golden ticket, if you will, is actually inviting them. Invite them to the 7 a.m. Eastern or the 10:15 a.m. Eastern workout, or 7:15 p.m. Pacific workout. Invite them to come to a workout with you. Invite them to the run group. Do they like to run? Invite them to, hey, we're getting together and going to work on some recipes. Is that something you'd be interested in? Invite them to something that you are involved in or running, just to see if they're interested. Then number 6, if they didn't say yes and they're not joining you, you just follow up, you check in, you keep still having the conversation. And the same thing with number 7, you do that again. And to start it off right now, everybody is going to take their notebook or piece of paper, whatever they have been taking notes from, and you are going to go like and comment on 5 people, and we're just going to do this for 3 minutes. It shouldn't take you that long at all, just so you can see how it feels to just do step 1 of the funnel. Say that you got it done. Going to put the timer on for 3 minutes.